Dames en heren, we hebben informatie opgedaan in de vorige video. Wat ons doet vermoeden dat Albert Wessler leeft.
Ja.
En iets te maken heeft met alles wat er gaande is. Er is nog onduidelijkheid over wat dan precies die bedreigingen tegen Natasha zijn. Misschien is het zo dat Albert Wessler verliefd is geworden op Natasha. Dat Ibn Wessler daarachter is gekomen. Natasha voor hoer heeft uitgemaakt en zijn broer bedreigd heeft. Uiteindelijk aan het kortste eind heeft getrokken.
Ja, dat is een goede theorie.
En wij moeten naar Hotel Atlas om alles op een rij te zetten. Filmpje. Hun, al die kogelgaten in de auto.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Ja, we moeten nu niet op hun schieten, maar op de auto, hè.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake. Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic? Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
Nou schieten we een pistool als we een dikke shotgun in de auto hebben.
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
Lekker.
Lekker.
Mooi ook hoe we dat steeds overleven.
Mooi, hè?
Was close? A little too close for my taste. And it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate.
Ja, Wessler is desperate.
He's done for.
Well, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece. Let's start from the beginning.
Ja, daar gaan we.
So, we got a case.
Let's start from the beginning. The beginning is
Dus Natasha.
Natasha. The beginning is, ze heeft een secret. Nee, we moeten een item hebben. The beginning is message from Natasha. Nee. Wat dan? Foto. Nee. Oh, die painting piece. Ja, dat is de beginning. Dat klopt.
Ja. Ja,
Wat ja?
de
C.
derde denk ik.
Natasha tried to show us the painting.
Maar waarom? Try to show us the painting. Omdat Natasha's secret. Oh, dat kan niet.
Nee, er moet een, ja.
Die foto. Of
Ja.
een love letter. Nee, de foto.
Ja.
And that painting would have shown us the way.
The painting would have shown us the way.
Ik denk A.
A?
Ja.
Oh, dat denk ik niet.
Oké.
Maar goed, ik druk A.
Ibn and
Is goed.
Albert
Oké, je
Wessler.
hebt gelijk.
Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
Probeert Natasha die beide tegen ons uit te spelen? Is dat het? Want...
Nu moeten we een clue.
Ja. Want haar secret. Nee. Fatal love. Ja.
Which made Albert
Hij heeft aan een schilderij gewerkt. Daardoor is Albert verliefd geworden op Natasha.
Die laatste.
Ja, ik denk dat Kill His Brother Take His Place wel gebeurd is. Maar of hij nou Natasha geforst heeft om... met die threads, ik weet het niet. A zou ook kunnen.
Ja. Ja.
Wat denk je?
Ja. Dan maar A.
fell in
Is
love
goed.
with Natasha.
Ha!
And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
Case closed.
Lekker.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
Maar Ibn is dus niet Ibn.
You mean Albert, right?
Ja.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case.
Nou ja, als die man in één keer geen tong meer heeft, heeft zij wel doorgehad, denk ik.
Too many
Ik
coincidences.
bedoel, als ik in een romantische relatie zou zijn, dan zou mijn vriendin het wel doorhebben als ik geen tong meer heb, denk ik.
Well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
Oh.
No, I snorted.
No, you laughed.
I'll just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
Grandchicks.
Grand chicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he
Oh,
wanted
Ibn is er geen zonder tong.
What a
Ah.
Ja.
plan.
Ja.
Ja.
Insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats?
Ja, dit.
Albert got what
Yeah.
he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us.
Ja, dat is ook weer zo, ja.
Albert has a seriously
Yeah.
injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities,
Ah.
consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well,
Ben benieuwd.
if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss.
Dan
You
krijg je
won't
weer
have a chance
secondary
later.
locations.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up.
Dead Shop.
Do you remember that case?
Vinden jullie ook dat Marjolein heel hard eet? Laat het achter in de comments.
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother.
Het klinkt een beetje alsof we op de kinderboerderij staan en zo'n koe naast mij staat. Dat is,
Remember, I'll never forget
maar niet uit.
it.
Maar niet uit.
Hell, that was a slaughter.
Eten is belangrijk. Het zorgt voor overleving.
Took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This one exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down. When there was
Haha,
still some
just the
life
void.
here. Not even that now. Just the void.
Yeah, spooky place, that's for sure.
Sowieso.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy.
Waarom staat Lewis hier trouwens?
Dat hij hier woont. Of hier.
Oh, we staan voor de deur van het hotel.
Ja.
I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here.
Haha.
Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change.
Romantisch. Ik kan alleen maar kijken naar die dingen. Ik kan er verder niks mee. Oké, nou dan gaan we maar met Lewis praten, denk ik, hè? Denk je niet?
Ja.
Met Marty kan
Konijnen
ook,
weten dingen.
met Marty kan ook nog apart praten.
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least. So, are you ready?
I'm still thinking about it, Marty.
New location.
I just realized. Ibn at the Tsar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha said about him?
That he's been acting
Kijk,
strange
dat had ik gehoord.
Ja.
Exactly. Like, he's not
Ik zei dat in de
himself.
vorige video, dames en heren. Als jullie die niet hebben gezien.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well,
Dat
it's
is
how
op
we
zich wel
make our
waar.
living, Sonny.
Ja.
And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us, in fact.
Yeah, right.
Lekker vragen
You
stellen.
think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
Dat denk ik niet.
You know that reptiles
me
give me
niet.
the creeps. One of them even set fire to that
Ja, die
ship.
dokter leek inderdaad wel
Oddly
eerlijk, ja.
enough, the doctor seemed honest.
Denk je
to
niet?
me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
Oké.
So, what's the plan? We shove the letter and our theory in his face and see what happens?
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I
Ben
really
benieuwd.
hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha,
Ja,
she told
in
me
her
she
own
loved
way,
me.
zei ze, ja.
In her own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love two rats in her own way?
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it.
Dat
even
lijkt
to
me
herself.
bijzonder.
Ja.
So, what do you think now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
I'm not as
En
sure
waarom
as
is
you
die
are, boss.
Impala dan vermoord?
We'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
Misschien
I
wist hij
think
de waarheid.
Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about it. There are people like that.
Ja, mensen zijn kut. Dat is weer de les van deze video.
Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Nou, konijnenvriend.
Hey, Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team.
Puntje,
What is
puntje.
it?
You, Lewis. You don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted. It happens sometimes.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out
Hij is wel een beetje verdacht, hè, Louis.
Come on,
Ja.
boys.
Hij was ook bij die club.
Mention it, it is
Ja.
Hij kende ook die
Hij
Madame
komt
C
hier
was.
voorbij.
fucking police.
Ik denk dat de plot twist is dat Louis de grote vijand
the
is.
last one, too.
Hey, Sonny. Don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nou, dan gaan we er maar.
Ja.
Albert is Ibn Wessler. Ja. Ja. En toch hebben we één persoon gemist. Zie je
Ja.
het?
Misschien is dat Molly.
Ja. Dat is Molly. We hebben nog Temporary Weekend House. Bubo's Place. Newsstand. Hop Dog. We gaan overal naartoe. We gaan overal naartoe.
Ja.
So, we're looking for more evidence?
Even kijken.
No, I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it. Well, they couldn't even manage to scrape it off.
Nou, inderdaad.
Useless pincushions.
They're always half-assed, Sonny. You drive me crazy.
Leave them be. Your record is perfect. You've been on the force for 15 years. Almost 10 of that with me.
That's why I deserve a medal.
Get out. Wind down. Resign. Become, well, let's see, anything.
Anything.
If you only knew how much I've thought about that. But I'm simply not good at anything else. Either I'm a gangster or a cop. I've got too much of a backbone to be a gangster.
Also to be a cop, Marty.
Oké. Oh, we kunnen ook naar binnen nog.
You don't want to go in there just like that. It's a closed crime scene.
I hope you're just messing with me, Marty.
Of course I'm messing with you. Let's get inside there and see how much the boys have messed up the place.
Ben benieuwd.
You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl...
Deborah.
Yeah.
Deborah
Buddy,
Ibanez.
I called you every name in the book inside my head.
De
I just
Impala.
had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated
partners.
or even shot.
Ja.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place.
Gaat hij nou in één keer sentimenteel doen?
burning ship with you,
Mogelijk.
even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
Jezus.
Nieuwe informatie over Marty.
Dat loopt tegen de deur hier.
I guess there's
Hij is,
no way to
verliefd
go
op ons, denk ik.
forward, huh?
Mogelijk.
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time,
For the last clucking time, partner.
swear.
I swear.
All right, let's hit the road.
Oké.
Ja, dit hebben we allemaal al gezien.
Weer één ding.
Ja, dit hebben we allemaal al gezien. Ik heb een
Oké.
achievement gekregen voor dit gesprek voeren.
Oké.
En nu hebben we weer iets over Marty geleerd. Kijk. We hebben het verdiend. Hij vindt onze klootzak. Volgende locatie. Boebo. Hé, die beer is weer terug.
No hard feelings?
What can I say, boys? I have a big, soft heart.
You sure do, Ursula.
Would you like a nice hot cup of tea?
Oké.
No thanks. We just came to say goodbye.
Why? You going somewhere? Traveling?
Ja, we gaan op vakantie.
No, we're just visiting
Ik moet heel even
a,
weg.
a nice
Okay.
place in the city.
Sonny's gonna die.
Shut up, Marty.
Shut up, Marty.
Case. Well, be careful, boys. And I'm sorry I snapped at you the last time.
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserved it.
You're a good boy.
Zo'n
son.
gevaarlijke beer die ons aanvalt.
Marty's a downright saint.
Oh, come on, Ursula, stop that.
Nou, Bubo, heb jij nou te
Hey,
melden?
Boobo.
Hij snurkt.
Hello, old man.
Oké, Bubo die ligt te pitten.
Is he asleep?
But his eyes are open.
Boobo!
Hey, what is it? I wasn't sleeping.
You were something.
What the hell are you doing here, chickens?
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant
Hahaha.
blood poisoning later tonight.
Even afscheid nemen van iedereen.
Shut the clock up, Marty. You're not funny.
I am a little bit.
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
Bingo.
Die Bubo die weet het
Put
al.
an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
Get yourself
Lekker, Bubo.
killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood. Because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
Zei vorige keer ook,
Support,
Bubo.
old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard.
Oké. We hebben weer wat informatie opgedaan. Over Ursula. Toch weer terug. Kijk, en Bubo is ook weer terug. Weekend House zijn we geweest. De newsstand. Laten we daar eens even
Well,
kijken.
if we have anything else to ask the old beaver, this is the last chance.
Hey, don't steal my style.
Just learning from the best.
Let me give you some advice. Don't.
Nou, wat heeft die bever ons nog te melden? Mullen's car taxis zijn dus allemaal niks nieuws. Mullen. Kijk eens, 4 vragen.
Does the name Albert mean anything to you?
I know multiple Alberts, Sonny. Which one do you mean?
Albert Wessler.
I see you're in a funny mood, Sonny boy.
I'm not joking, Mullen, but I'm surprised there's something I know and you
Aha, wij hebben kennis.
And who is this Albert anyway? Ibn Wessler's hidden son, maybe?
Even better, my friend. His secret twin brother.
Ta ta ta.
I was hoping you could tell me something useful about him.
I can, Sonny boy. Avoid him. Avoid the whole Wessler family. Those who happen upon secrets that deep sink without a trace.
Well,
Yeah.
I used to be a professional swimmer. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't.
I lied.
Stel even de
What
vraag.
do you know about that asylum? What's it called?
Since there's only one of those around Clawville, I know which one you mean, Sonny. It's an ancient mansion, easily around 100 years old for sure, or more. But what do you want to know about it anyway?
We actually just got out of there.
That explains everything.
Seriously.
Ja, leuk meneer de bever.
The place is self-sufficient in theory, but in reality, the Crown maintains it. No one knows the exact reason why, but according to gossip, they used to keep someone in there. Someone who was either part of the royal family or just very close to the fire. But who knows? Maybe it's just a legend.
Well, they say we're legends too, and we're standing right in front of you. Am I right?
Part of the royal family.
What can I
Zouden
say?
de Westlers familie zijn van de
This whole
koning?
city is full of legends.
Mogelijk.
Nou,
This
dat
Albert,
gaat te ver,
he
denk
had
ik.
to paint a picture of Natasha at his brother's request.
Let me guess. He fell in love with her.
Yeah, classic, huh? Then he killed his brother and took his place.
Yeah, well, that's a classic too. So, you're telling me who goes by Ibn Wessler is not really Ibn Wessler?
Exactly. He's Albert, a dangerous lunatic with multiple personality disorder.
Lads, I guess that Miss Marble's going to write another one of those novels about this.
You mean Meredith? Oh, that's just what we need.
Once you sold your soul, it's too late to cry about it, sonny boy.
That's what I keep telling him.
Do you know Dr. Quetzal?
Do you mean Professor Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah, now you
Quetzalus.
laugh at this, but we went to university together.
Natuurlijk.
Did what?
Do I not look the type to you?
No, well, I didn't mean that. I just didn't know you went to university.
I studied psychology, sonny. Only I forgot to graduate.
I forgot
That's
to
when
graduate.
my father died.
So that's why you know the animals so well.
No, I know them well because I have a newspaper stand and I talk to hundreds of animals each day. And I listen to the everyday problems of almost all of them. There's no better lesson in animal studies.
You surprise me every time, old beaver. And what do you know about him? Can he be trusted?
You're afraid he screwed you. He looks like a terribly dishonest snake, but don't let your prejudices overshadow what your wattle
Ja, ik ben ook wel...
Wessel's one of the kindest hearted and
geloof wel dat hij
most
eerlijk was
fellows
tegen
I've
ons.
ever known.
That's good to know, Uncle Mullen. Or rather, Professor Mullen.
Hey, hey, don't get cocky with me, little chickie.
Chickie.
Little chickie.
What do you know about the Wessler mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you. Or two.
Dangerous, you
Ja,
mean?
dat gaat niet gebeuren.
Dangerous? It's a fortress, so it is. Giant walls, watchtowers, and of course, Wessler's hired thugs are waiting for you there.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's a beautiful place, I must admit. At least you'll
Nou ja,
keep
we
the
gaan er toch
particular
naartoe.
mouths hanging open in wonder.
That's something.
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
Nou, klaar met praten? Dan gaat het gebeuren.
Ja.
De Wessler Residency, daar gaan we, dames en heren.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all
Maar
together.
wie is de mystery
A
persoon?
revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer.
Ja,
Ik denk Molly.
ik denk het ook.
Of de
I
koning.
knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets?
Dat zou ook
from
wat zijn,
behind
hè?
the curtain?
Ja.
Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
Nou, inderdaad. What could possibly go wrong? Ik denk alles.
Here I am, Natasha.
Ik denk het ook.
I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry
Een
gods.
flink huis.
I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty. And half the Council of 12.
I think we'll
Stond ook op die
pack a big
mural,
fish
dat huis.
Today. Don't count
Wat
your
zeg je nou?
chickens. I'm sure
Dat huis
Wessler's
ook getekend op die
expecting us.
mural.
And
Is
Natasha
dat zo?
too, I hope.
Ja.
Oh, daar rechtsonder. Ja.
You
Yeah.
hope.
Ja.
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
Mansion. Red Knight. Greenhouse. Fancy car. Tower.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monster.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Kijk, Red Knight.
One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Ja. Goeie combinatie.
Is this a mansion or a grand palace?
Or a small city.
Dit is een flinke woning, ja.
When it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
Oké.
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Kijk, daar staan ze.
Not so
Yeah.
fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Oké, we worden niet aangevallen.
Bijzonder
look
wel.
what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two
Yeah.
suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is
Ah.
that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
Horny.
In that case,
Horny.
I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Oké, we mogen gewoon naar binnen.
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Oh, daar staat die kraai.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Ik hoop het niet.
Nee. Dat zou wel vervelend zijn.
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is.
Nou, Olivia, zeg het maar.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Popcornje.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia.
We zijn niet
Don't
bang.
worry about us. We
Zeker
know
niet.
what we're doing.
We zijn geen chickens.
Ja?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
Wat?
What do they not understand, Olivia?
Oké.
So, what is it exactly that
Natasha,
they
hello?
don't understand? I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour. I'm
Ja.
sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Natuurlijk.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin? It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen...
Oh, we zijn vrienden blijkbaar.
Yes, Miss Katzenko.
Matties.
Olivia heeft niks meer.
Tried to warn you.
Thanks, Olivia.
Nee, heeft niet meer. Nou, Natasha, kom maar dan.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Savas.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed
Nou ja,
to
toch
know.
weten we alles als professionele
That shouldn't have
detectives.
happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait.
Hey, Wessler, daar is hij.
I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in.
Klinkt als een
guys.
val.
Let's talk in my
Yeah.
room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Ik ben benieuwd.
Goodbye.
Nou, waar moet ik nu heen? Oh, daar, stairs, omhoog. Ik heb nog wat nieuwe informatie opgedaan. Over Natasha. Ze willen ons wegsturen. Maar waarom? Dat weten we niet. Albert, Ja, en dan die vreemdeling die we nog niet kennen. Nou, daar staat hij. De painting. Met het hoekje eruit, zie je het? Met het hoekje eruit. Hier is weer een boek.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place in time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah, are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
Sowieso.
I really hope so.
Dat zijn gentlemen. Windows. Nou, laten we de painting maar pakken dan. Sexy hoor. Hoekje eruit. Ja.
Painting.
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Ja.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where
Die
the
hebben wij.
piece could be.
You don't
Precies.
know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Really. It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch.
Aha.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say?
Ja, nou wordt hij
I have
boos.
no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
Nou, Wessler, daar gaan we.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we going to flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
Zo is het.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Vragen stellen.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh.
Yeah.
I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes,
Boze
detective?
kip.
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself.
We komen er wel.
This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful
Natuurlijk
things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have
De brief.
forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not, normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
Onschendbaar.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Zo zijn katten.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Nou, daar gaat hij. Het officiële eindonderzoek. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Albert is
Deze
an
man gaat
imposter.
ons schieten.
He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Nou, we kunnen één vraag stellen. Dat scheelt.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard to
Yeah.
know. But I also know animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Ik denk niet dat we hem boos moeten maken.
Nee, dat denk ik ook niet. Dus ik denk gewoon 1.
Ja.
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time, but I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately, and no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Cruel. That's cruel.
De eerste.
Dat denk ik ook, gezien cruel.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies.
Wie heeft hem dan gekild?
That's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Ja.
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
Ja. We willen nog steeds niet doodgeschoten worden.
Nee, dat lijkt me ook niet, hoor.
Ik denk de eerste. Ik kan niet leuk praten over hoe
Did you enjoy tearing
gek
out
is.
your own brother's
Lijkt me misschien te confronterend, maar ik volg jou.
Yeah, you think you know everything, don't you? You know nothing. It was the sacrifice of a lifetime. But most are too cowardly to act when the time comes.
On the contrary, it's a cowardly act. Is that why you hate yourself so much, Albert?
Don't call me that, you hear?
I can't help it, that's your name.
Albert Wessler's dead, Mr. Featherland.
Ja, min. Wat verdorie. Tweede?
Ja.
What made you think you could deceive Natasha?
Because Natasha loved Ibn, in her own unique way. Yeah, and if there's anything that can blind an animal, it's love and hate. Everything revolves around these two things, Mr. Featherland.
Is everything black and white to you?
No. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything's gray in this world.
Dat is wel waar, als
Only
grijs.
two things have color.
Love and hate?
I see you understand now, Sonny. Yeah, we're not that different, you and I.
Albert, you're everything I'm not. And I'm everything you're not, believe me.
Yeah, if that makes it easier for you, Detective.
Oké, één optie.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibben's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken.
Ibben's
I'm not
ghost.
talking about spirits. When Ibben died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibben's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart
De twee persoonlijkheden is Albert en Ibben.
I must get serious.
Oh.
At the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid
Ben in de war.
time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
Nou, één optie.
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Aha.
Ik denk 2.
Jij denkt 2. Oké.
Ja.
Ik denk dat 2 niet heel veel te maken heeft met de huidige zaak. Maar ik volg jou.
What did you do that made Ibben get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibben. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while
Praat nu over zichzelf in de derde persoon.
Foolish painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibben knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibben was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Ik denk de tweede.
Okay.
Did you hate Ibben or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibben. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Eben either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking.
Yeah.
But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Ja, ik denk de eerste gewoon.
Ja.
Laten we hem niet al te veel uitdagen.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? This is the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I
But
think I've corrupted her.
Ah.
She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Nou, daar gaan we.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Albert is Ibn Wessler, ja, dat weten we. Oké. Nou, daar gaan we. Oos?
Wat?
Hey, Natasha. Zij is een moordenares.
Ja.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him.
Ja,
You felt
zij wist het.
it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
Sirenes.
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Olivia, die was er ook nog, ja.
They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Now, before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Monica.
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Ja.
Hey, Mike.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed.
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
We kunnen nog met iedereen praten.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put hope.
Well,
Oh,
actually, that
klik per
wasn't
ongeluk
us.
door, sorry.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
Nee.
No, sir.
Then stop being around here.
Yes, sir.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
Zwaar
I
leven.
understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Goodbye, detectives.
Doei. Hey, Timothy.
Ah, daar is hij.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Pluck off, Tim.
Hey!
Plak af, Tim. Ja, en nu? We hebben een nieuwe clue. De laatste clue. Natasha saved our lives.
Nee, want we hebben Molly nog niet.
Is it really over? Vraagteken. Oeh, Natasha. Ja. Blood Boil. Kijk, hij staat aan onze kant ineens. Olivia. Die was in één keer verdwenen. Albert is dood. En we hebben nog die mystery persoon. Maar ik kan ook niet meer ergens anders op klikken. Hey, film maar. Konden we die hier ook al zien? Nee.
Nee, die zit achter.
You, what are you doing here?
I was just driving around, you know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So?
Hij had ons die lijst gegeven.
Were you maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations. It was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Natuurlijk.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Oké.
Must be some famous...
Die hadden we al gezien, hè?
Ja.
Don't believe the tales that... And that too.
Ja, die entrance kunnen we nog naar kijken. Oh, hier staat de rest.
Oh.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen?
We're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Wessler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
And complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
Bosco?
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
A good boy.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Ja.
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Cluck you sideways, lekker.
Nou, Olivia.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just wanted to thank you.
For what exactly?
For trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Natuurlijk.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The chicken police in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
What?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Ooh, attention chicken police. Say cheese.
We zijn toch niet in de hive geweest?
Nee. Ik had wel verwacht dat we heen zouden gaan.
Ja. Dit was het, dames en heren.
Ja.
The following animal species were not included in this game. Nou, dat zullen er een hoop zijn, zeg. Lost shark. Among many others. Nee, dat
Ach,
geloof ik.
hier. Oh, we krijgen nog een lesje.
Mostly because during the development of the game, all these species have been declared extinct. Ah. Nou, kijk aan. Het is ons weer gelukt, dames en heren. Alex Johannes Kuster. Nee, dat is wel heel snel.
Die katten links.
Ja. Het is gelukt, dames en heren. We hebben de zaak opgelost.
Zo is hij de kip. Links. Nou ja, laat maar.
Ik heb het gezien. Body models. Ja, kijk eens aan. Maar nogmaals, dames en heren. Het is ons gelukt. We hebben de zaak opgelost. We waren er al sneller achter dan de Chicken Police zelf. We hebben weer een goed detective werk.
Ja, vind ik ook.
Ja. Ja. Vitali Trinkenshoe. Je hebt in Italië heb je van die laarzen waar je uit kan drinken. Ik denk dat dat een Trinkenshoe is.
Maar nog steeds Molly niet.
Ja, klopt. We hadden nog een mysterieuze persoon.
Ja.
Mogelijk hebben we zo'n secondary location gemist.
Kan. Ja.
Jules de Jong. Jules de Jong.
Zie, er zijn heel veel dubbele.
Maar die is dan Natasha Katsenko. Jules de Jong, dat vind ik gek. Jules is een man.
Dat hoeft niet.
Of het is Juliette. Die Jules wordt genoemd. Dat gebeurt, hè?
Ja.
Friends and family. Kijk, dat is wel handig. Zijn alle mensen die meegeholpen hebben. To my mom and dad who didn't freak out when I told them I was working on pin-up girls with animal heads. Ja, mooi, mooi.
Leuk.
Hey, Tim Schafer. Volgens mij heeft Tim Schafer Monkey Island meegewerkt. Dat is een bekende naam. Tim Schafer. Ja.
It's dead.
It's dead. It's dead. En dan is er nog een post-credit. To be continued. Puntje, 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 vraagteken. Filmpje, ja.
Leuk.
Natasha.
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha?
Why
didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now. Somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Oh ja, die hebben we meegenomen uit de la, helemaal aan het begin.
Ja.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
We gaan niet die sigaret oproken. Is niet verstandig, hè, roken. Call me, hey. Onderop de sigarettendoos.
Dat kan niet meer.
Ah, dat is dus die... Ja, dat was het. Dames en heren. Het is ten einde. Chicken Police. Ja. We hebben de zaak opgelost. Ik ben Wessler, Albert Wessler. Het was een schizofrene persoon.
Ja.
En die helemaal lijp werd. Door de liefde. Zo zie je maar weer, niet aan beginnen.
Nee.
Ja, dat is de wijze les.
Ik stem erin, dat is makkelijk.
Ja, nee dames en heren, wij hebben natuurlijk, kijk, Chicken Police, ik als stoere detective en mijn chickie daarbij.
Ja.
De Chicken Police, de Chickie Police. Het is ons gelukt de zaak op te lossen. En dat betekent dat dit avontuur tot een einde is gekomen. Wij hopen jullie weer te zien in een volgend avontuur. Laat in de comments weten wat jullie hiervan hebben gevonden. En dan wensen wij jullie een hele fijne dag toe. En Marjolein zei iets, maar ze viel weg.
Ik zei niet.
Oh, ze zei niks.
Nee.
Joejoe.
Joe.